WKAR TV presents QB Junior. QB Junior is made possible in part by General Motors Lansing Operations. View the entire collection of GM vehicles and other related services on the web at gm.com. And by TechSmith Corporation, supporting quality programming that encourages young people to pursue excellence in science and mathematics. More information about TechSmith Corporation is available at techsmith.com. Today, the Bears of Dwight Rich Middle School take on the Hornets of Armstrong Middle School. Now, here's the host of QB Junior, Matt Ottinger.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Melissa. And welcome to QB Junior. One of the few times we actually have fewer people in the audience than actually playing our game. A small group here to support the students who are playing the contest today, and I'm sure you're enjoying it at home. There are two teams, including one school that has not yet played the QB Junior with us. We'll be introducing them in a moment. But first, let's introduce you to the team from Dwight Rich Middle School in the Lansing area. The Dwight Rich Bears. That team is Zach Kruger, the captain, Mike Raymer,
and David Villegas on the end. The alternate for it, wait just a second for it here. The alternate is Dallas Davis. The advisor is Mary Villegas. And now you can applaud for the Dwight Rich Bears. And now let's meet the Hornets from Armstrong Middle School. That's the Kearsley School District, for those of you who don't know. The Kearsley team is Caleb Yorks, Anthony McCoy, Mitchell Noyce is the captain, and Sarah Jackson on the end. Jeffers and Corey Sumner. The advisor is Karen Richards. Should also mention that Kearsley High School student Chad Mosier has been working with these young people as well, but as we're taping our show, Chad is actually involved in another competition with his high school teammates somewhere else, so he couldn't be with us today. All right, players, let's get started with our game. We're going to start with the quick 10 toss-up questions to put the first points on the board. Glad to have everybody with us. Let's get started. The quick 10 begins with question 1. What civil rights leader is famous for his speech that contains Armstrong Mitchell?
Martin Luther King Jr.
That's exactly right. A lot of people had it pretty quickly. I was, of course, going to say I have a dream. Question 2. What sports drink was originally developed for the University of Dwight Rich, Mike?
Gatorade.
Gatorade is right. Boy, everybody's just taking that one little pause there. The University of Florida Gators, of course, the football team, Gatorade is the drink. Question 3. On his popular National Geographic Channel television program, with what animal would you associate? Dwight Rich, Zach.
Animal Planet?
No, I'm sorry. That's not what popular National Geographic Channel television program.
With what animal would you associate whisperer Cesar Millan? Caleb.
Dog.
He's the dog whisperer. That's right. Question 4. What famous movie monster was originally awakened by American nuclear tests near Japan? Armstrong, Anthony.
Godzilla.
Godzilla. That's right. 10 points. Question 5. Since 1828, what song has been played at public appearances of a U.S. president? Armstrong, Caleb.
Hail to the Chief.
Hail to the Chief is the song for the president. That's right. Question 6. What prestigious golf tournament takes place in April every year in Augusta, Georgia? Armstrong, Mitchell.
The Masters.
The Masters. Just barely beating Mike to that one. He wanted that one bad, I could tell. Question 7. In the Bible, what kind of bird did Noah send from the ark? Armstrong, Mitchell.
A dove.
In search of dry land. That's right. Questions 8. What large island lies just off the southeast coast of Africa? Armstrong, Mitchell.
Madagascar.
That's right. Quick on that buzzer. Question 9. In what city would you have seen the ancient wonder known as the Hanging Gardens? Armstrong, Caleb.
Babylon.
Hanging Gardens of Babylon is right. Question 10. Professor Charles Xavier is the mentor of what group of Dwight Rich, David?
X-Men.
The X-Men. That's right. David got the comic book question, and we're done with 10 there. All 10 answered correctly. That's nice to see. Off to a good start. 10 questions answered correctly. Armstrong with the bulk of them, but we're just getting started. We have a new toss-up. This is a general toss-up for everybody to get one of those bonus categories. Everybody's in for this. In a poem named for it, Carl Sandburg called this city City of the Big Shoulders. Another nickname may refer to the city's rebirth after an 1871 fire, but it's probably a reference. Dwight Rich, Zach.
Chicago.
The Chicago fire is exactly right. Zach's first on the board, and Dwight Rich has the first bonus. The Jungle Book is your bonus category. What kind of animal are these creatures created by Rudyard Kipling and appearing in his collection of Jungle Book stories? First, Baloo. Tell Mike it's a bonus category.
Bear.
He's a bear. That's right. Next, Rikki Tikki Tavi. Quiet in the audience, please. Because we can hear you. There's only 7 of us. Mike, I need an answer.
Snake.
He's not a snake. No, in fact, he attacks the snakes. Rikki Tikki Tavi is a mongoose. That's the answer that we wanted. That one was a little trickier because Rikki Tikki Tavi is not in the Disney cartoon. New toss-up, everybody. You got 10 for that first one, though. Everybody's back in. Some like your password and other preferences on
Your computer's hard drive. When you go, sends the information back to the website, making it easier and faster for the page to reload. What's the tasty term for that stored information? Armstrong Mitchell.
A cookie.
It's a cookie. That's right. 10 points for you, Mitchell. And you got the category for Armstrong. U.S. cities. Excuse me, U.S. states. Well, it's both, actually. I'll name 4 pretty big cities, but not in each case the biggest city in the state. You name the state which contains these cities, which are all not the biggest, but certainly big ones in the state. State from you. First, Los Alamos, Alamogordo, Carlsbad, and Roswell.
New Mexico.
New Mexico is right. Tupelo, Natchez, Hattiesburg, and Biloxi.
Pennsylvania.
Not Pennsylvania. No, Biloxi is the port city in Mississippi. Mississippi for that one. Some of those cities may have been also cities in Pennsylvania, but all 4 of them are Mississippi. 10 points for your bonus. We're back to new toss-up players. Riders wanted. Young, skinny, wiry fellows. Anxious for adventure and chance to see our great West. Must be expert riders, willing to risk death daily. Orphans preferred. This was the actual text of an Armstrong Mitchell.
The Pony Express.
People looking for Pony Express drivers. That's exactly right. The actual text. Orphans preferred. Young adult literature, Armstrong. I'll name a work of the 19th century which found an audience with young readers. You identify the author of each classic work. First, Tom Sawyer.
Mark Twain.
Mark Twain is right. Next, Oliver Twist.
Charles Dickens.
Charles Dickens is right for 20 points. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. And I need your answer. No, too much time. Lewis Carroll wrote Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I think you were struggling with it too. Almost got there. Lewis Carroll. So we didn't get the sweep, but you got 20 on that one. Up to 130 you go. We go to our first pop quiz. One-on-one action for our players now. The first set is going to be the letters D-R-I. D-R-I. Not D-W-I as in Dwight Rich. D-R-I. Zach from Dwight Rich and Caleb from Armstrong will start things off for us. A tool or machine used for making, Caleb?
Drill.
Holes in wood, metal, or stone. That's right. Next. A slight, very fine, or middle.
Too much time, Caleb. Don't say anything. Zach?
Drizzle.
Drizzle was the rain. That's right, for 10 points there. Next. A loose, large accumulation of snow formed by, Caleb.
Drift.
A drift of snow, or a snow drift, I guess is how we refer to it usually. Brianna from Dwight Rich, Anthony from Armstrong, keep us going here. To operate an automobile. Anthony's first.
Drive.
To drive, that's right, you drive a car. Next. To train in physical or mental exercises, especially in regular repetition. In the Army, you would have a drill sergeant. You drill your exercises. And finally, to advance a basketball through a series, Brianna's first.
Dribble.
To dribble a basketball through a series of short bounces. Mike now of Dwight Rich and Mitchell from Armstrong. The hyphenated term for a motion picture theater designed to accommodate patrons who remain in their automobiles. Mitchell.
Drive-in theater.
A drive-in theater, that's right. Next. A brand name for a line of popular cold and flu relievers. Dristan is the better known one. Drixoral is also a DRI that you could have come up with. Final question for our captains. A wood golf club used, Mitchell's first.
Driver.
The driver is the one that knocks the ball the furthest off the tee. David now from Dwight Rich, Sarah from Armstrong. To swallow a liquid. David.
Drink.
You drink a liquid, that's right. Next. A tree branch piece of erect ship or other natural product that has been washed onto a shore or... Sarah.
Drift.
More, please. Say it.
Driftwood.
That's what she said that as you were hitting the buzzer, so that's good for 10 points. Driftwood is what I needed. Final question. To fall in very small liquid... David. No, too much time, David. Don't say anything. Sarah, to fall in very small liquid pieces.
Drip.
Drip is the word. That's it, and that's our quiz. Good job, players. Yeah, David has it now. That's tough. Sometimes they pop into your head and they'll pop out just as fast. But still, well done, everybody. I think we got most of those right. New toss-up players, everybody back to a bonus question. This Frenchman was born in 1809. At the age of 3, he accidentally stuck a pointed tool into his eye, and before long an infection left him blind in both eyes. He studied at the Royal Institute of Blind Youth and later taught there, but he is best known for his contribution to communication for the blind. Armstrong Anthony.
Braille.
Braille is the guy, Louis Braille, who developed the system that helps blind people read by passing their fingers over the points. Sporting events, Armstrong. Let's see if any of you are sports fans. I'll name a major professional sports championship event. In the year 2007, in what month did the last game of that championship take place? First, the NFL's Super Bowl. I need your answer.
February.
February is right. It was February 3rd, just barely into February. Next, the Stanley Cup Finals. I need your answer.
September.
Not September. They don't play quite that far into the season. They do get to June, though. June is when the Stanley Cup Finals take place every year, roughly every year. Okay, 10 points on the first one. New toss-up players. Colonized by Spain in the 16th century, this country won its independence in 1818. It is 2,650 miles long running north to south, but on average only 110 miles wide. It is bordered by Peru and Bolivia in the north. Dwight, Rich, Zach.
Chile.
Chile is the one alongside just the very edge of South America. Dwight, Rich, your bonus category is Mercury, and a lot of different applications of that term and name. Mercury is the name, for example, of the planet nearest to the sun. How many moons are known to orbit Mercury?
2.
Actually, none. There's 0 moons around Mercury. It's one of the 2 that don't have any planet, any moons at all on them. So no points on that one. Toss-ups, we're having no trouble with. Bonuses, a little bit of trouble with them. But anyway, Armstrong has the lead as we end the first half of play. My favorite part of the show comes up now when the students do the talking and they tell us about themselves. Let's begin with the Bears of Dwight Rich Middle School in Lansing. Zach, you're on the hot seat. Tell us about yourself.
I'm in 8th grade, go to Dwight Rich, and I play basketball.
Okay, cool, Zach. Thank you for being with us. Let's meet your teammates now. Brianna's next.
I'm in 8th grade at Dwight Rich. I'm in Honor Society.
Okay, that's cool. If that's all you want to tell us, that's just fine. Captain is Mike.
I'm in 8th grade at Dwight Rich. I'm 14. I play hockey.
Okay, Mike, thanks for being with us. Finally, let's meet David.
I'm in 8th grade at Dwight Rich, and I play basketball and baseball.
Okay, done. All right, David, thank you for being here. Very quickly, that's the Bears of Dwight Rich. And as I said at the start of the show, the Hornets are playing with us for the very first time. The Armstrong Middle School Hornets from Kearsley. Let's meet Caleb first.
I'm an 8th grader at Armstrong Middle School. I enjoy reading and playing video games.
All right, Caleb, very good. Glad to have you with us. Anthony is next.
I'm an 8th grader at Armstrong Middle School. I'm the only clarinet player in my band, and I enjoy listening to music.
Only clarinet player in the whole band? Really? Wow, that's impressive. All right, Anthony, thank you very much. Mitchell's next.
Hello, I'm an 8th grader at Armstrong Middle School. I love acting, and I pride myself with good grades.
Good for you, Mitchell. I'm sure your parents are proud, too. Sarah, welcome.
I'm in 8th grade. I enjoy volleyball, drama, and soccer.
All right, terrific, Sarah. Thank you very much. And those are the Hornets of Armstrong Middle School. In my band, I was the only guy who played clarinet, but there were some girls that also played. The only person to play the clarinet in the band. That's unusual. All right, players, second half of play. We got a pop quiz waiting for us halfway through. We've got a lightning round to end things. We've got a toss-up right now. Here we go. This character was based on a stuffed toy that belonged to the author's son, and his first adventure was published in 1925. In his most recent incarnation, a 2005 animated TV series, he is seen in the company of a 6-year-old girl named Darby. That show, like most featuring the character, is produced by the Disney Studios, which has controversially controlled rights to the character since the 1960s. A. Milne was the original creator. Armstrong Mitchell.
Winnie the Pooh.
Of Winnie the Pooh. That's exactly right. The fictional bear, the main character in stories he originally wrote for his son, Christopher Robin. Armstrong, bonus for you is U.S. geography. I will name 2 states. You tell me the only state that touches both of them. The state that is in between them is what you're looking for here. First, Florida and South Carolina.
Georgia.
Georgia is right. Next, Oklahoma and Mississippi.
Alabama.
Not Alabama. Alabama's on the other side of it. That was a tricky one, too. Arkansas is actually the answer, the little tiny state of Arkansas. 10 points on that bonus, though. You're getting at least 1 every time, it seems. Okay, players, new toss-up. A seraphin, S-E-R-R-E-F-I-N-E, is small spring forceps used for temporarily closing an artery during surgery. Your sprachche, U-R-S-P-R-A-C-H-E, is a hypothetically reconstructed parent language. 13-year-old Evan O'Downey used seraphin in 2007, and 13-year-old Catherine Close used Usprachche in 2006 to win the national championship of what annual competition? Dwight, Rich, Zach.
Spelling bee.
Spelling bee is the right answer by the E.W. Scripps newspaper company. Dwight, Rich, bonus category to you. 2008 movies is your category. Answer these questions about movies coming relatively soon to a theater near you. The 4th feature film to star Harrison Ford as an adventuring archaeologist will be released on May 22nd. It will be called Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of what? And I need your answer.
We don't have one.
Don't have an answer for that one. The movie that's coming up, a lot of people my age are really looking forward to it. The Crystal Skull. The Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. All right, no points there. New toss-up players. The scale used to measure them is logarithmic. That means that one that measures 3.0 is 10 times more powerful than one that measures 2.0. There are, in fact, some 8,000 of them every day that measure 2.0 or less, and there's never been one on record to measure over 10.0. One in 1989 disrupted Dwight, Rich, David.
Richter scale.
More specific, please.
Earthquake.
Earthquake's what I wanted to hear. The Richter scale is the measurement tool. Earthquake is the thing that it measures. Dwight, Rich, good job. Bonus category for you. Towers. In what country would you find these enormously tall buildings and towers? First, the Sears Tower.
The country?
Yeah.
Oh, USA.
They don't always have to be really, really hard questions. That's right. Next, Taipei 101. T-A-I-P-E-I. Taipei 101.
Japan?
Not Japan. No, Taipei is the city in Taiwan. Taiwan was the country that I needed. 10 points again. 10 points seems to be pretty consistent on the bonuses. One-on-one action now for our players, though, our second pop quiz. The letters are going to be R-U-B. All correct answers begin with R-U-B. Let's go to Zach from Dwight Rich and Caleb from Armstrong. The elastic substance obtained, Caleb.
Rubber.
Rubber's what I wanted. That's right. Next. In the nursery, Zach and Caleb, second question. In the nursery rhyme, the hyphenated phrase that immediately precedes 3 men in a tub. Caleb.
Rub-a-dub-dub.
Rub-a-dub-dub. 3 men in a tub. Finally, trash, waste material, or, Caleb?
Rubbish.
Rubbish is the right word. Caleb, way to go. All 3 of those. Brianna is up next for Dwight Rich, and Anthony is up for Armstrong. A precious stone of red, Anthony.
Ruby.
Ruby is the red stone. That's right. Next. The traditional monetary unit of Russia. Anthony?
Ruble.
Ruble is right. Good job. You pulled it out. Finally, pieces of broken brick or stone, usually as a result of demolition. That stuff, the stone that's left behind is rubble, R-U-B-B-L-E. We went ruble and then we went rubble. Captains now, Mike from Dwight Rich, Mitchell from Armstrong. Just Mike and Mitchell. No helping from your teammates, guys. Here we go. The 2-word name of the bathtub toy sung about, Mike?
Rubber ducky.
Rubber ducky, sung about by Ernie on Sesame Street. That's right. Next. Another name for German measles. The second one for our captains is usually the hardest one in the set. That's rubella. Finally, the two-word name of the colorful three-dimensional puzzle, which first, Mitchell.
Rubik's Cube.
Rubik's Cube gained fame in the 80s, is still popular today. David now from Dwight Rich and Sarah from Armstrong will finish things off for us. The two-word term typically used to describe the shoes Dorothy wore in Oz. They were her ruby slippers. Ruby slippers is what I wanted. Next, the first name of the gospel and R&B recording artist who rose to fame as the winner of the second season of American Idol. David.
Reuben Studdard.
Reuben Studdard. He knew both names. Reuben's the name. That's right. Finally, the last name of the next-door neighbors on the animated television series The Flintstones. I think some of your teammates remember Barney Rubble. Barney Rubble was Barney and Betty Rubble. Didn't get the last one. Did okay. That's okay. Players, the next time we hear the fanfare, we're going to the lightning round. A few more toss-up questions. Until then, we're all back in for this. It was a military prison from 1860. Dwight Rich, Zach.
Alcatraz.
Alcatraz is right. Very well done. He knew where we were going with that one. Dwight Rich, bonus for you. Business says the Dow Jones Industrial Average is a measure of the stock market performance of 30 companies, many of them well known. Answer these questions about some of them. First, founded in Arkansas in 1962, it is the largest retailer in the United States and the largest company in the world based on revenue. Name it. And I need your answer.
Sears.
Not Sears. You're in the right neighborhood, but when you hear it, you'll know. Walmart. Enormous Walmart. No points on that one. New toss-up players. You might need your pencils for this. Think of an analog clock as a 360-degree circle. If the minute hand is exactly on the 12, what time would it be if the angle made by the minute hand and the hour hand is exactly 120 degrees? That's a wrong answer. Dwight Rich, you've got a little more time. Anybody
want to take a stab at it? Zach.
4.
4 o'clock is where you get the 180 degrees. If you swung it around, 8 o'clock would also be 120 degrees. We could take either one of those. Famous brothers, Dwight Rich. See how you do with these. The brothers Grimm, who gathered and published many familiar fairy tales and folk tales, were born in what country?
Germany.
Germany is right. Albert, August, Otto, Alfred, Charles, John, and Henry founded a circus in 1884. What last name do they share?
Johnson.
Nope, they were the, why not? They were the Ringling Brothers. The Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus is the famous circus. New toss-up players, time for at least one more. While movies done in this style date back to the earliest experiments in film, the first golden age for the technique started in 1952 with the film Buona Devil. Polaroid filters were used to achieve the effect. In modern times, Dwight Rich, Zach.
Color.
No, I'm sorry, that's not right. Armstrong, you cannot confer. Let me keep going until one of you knows it for sure. In modern times, 20 minutes of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince was presented this way, but only on IMAX screens. Mitchell.
Silent movie.
Not silent movie, the other way around. It's 3D, three-dimensional movies, the high-tech, high-end things that require viewers to wear special polarized glasses. That's where the Polaroid comes from. Okay, players, the last 60 seconds of the game. Nothing but toss-up questions remain for our players. 10 points when the players are right, 10 points away when the players are wrong. 60-second timer is set. Here we go, players. See how fast we can do these. The lightning round begins now. Poseidon and Neptune were the Greek and Roman gods of what, Mitchell?
Water.
Right. What, see, that's fine. What color belt do beginning judo students wear? Right.
White.
Right. In what city would you find Mile High Stadium? David.
Denver.
Right. How many inches are there in a yard? Zach.
36.
Right. In degrees, what is the latitude of the equator? Caleb.
0.
Right. What is the first name of the oldest son of Prince Charles of England? Time. In what month does Father's Day occur in America? Mike.
May.
Wrong. What is the 25th letter of the alphabet? Mitchell.
Y.
Right. On what planet would you find the Great Red Spot? Caleb.
Jupiter.
Right. What is 1,000 minus 10? Mike.
990.
Right. The name of what U.S. city is Spanish for City of Angels? Caleb.
Los Angeles.
Right. Thomas Jefferson's home of Monticello is usually found on the reverse side. Mike?
Virginia.
No, that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for the coin. Doesn't matter, though. Armstrong, you've got the win today. Congratulations to you. On the reverse side of what coin was how that was going to end up. Mike had a really good guess, but nickel is, of course, the coin. Father's Day happens in June. I think Mother's Day is in May. William is the oldest son of Prince Charles of England. Dwight Rich, very well done. I mean, you came up against a team, and we didn't know what Armstrong would be like. They're obviously very, very good at this, and you held your own. You got in there a few times with some toss-up questions, got a few bonuses. You did real well with us. Thank you so much for playing. We'll see some of you back here later, I'm sure. Armstrong, you get to go home as one of the only schools that has never lost on QuizBusters. That's pretty cool, you know? The middle school from Kearsley High School are winners today. Congratulations to you. I'm sure you're going to have some great wins ahead of you at the high school level. Please tell Chad I said hi, too. That's it for the season for us. We're done taping our QB Junior games. Check the schedule to find out when these might replay on the television. Of course, you can watch them online. Also, a quick personal note. This is the last episode of QuizBusters. I get the joy of working with our producer, Susie Elkin. She's retiring from the show. Luckily, she's not leaving the station. In a game where we talk about words, I don't have words that express how much I'm going to miss her, but we're all very excited for her pursuits, continuing here at WKAR working on educational projects. Thank you so much, Susie, and thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time. Enjoy.
For more information about QB Junior or any of WKAR's locally produced series or specials, visit our website at WKAR.org.